But the cranes, as you can see, they're not as tall as they normally would be. If you've ever seen a container yard like these, like out in Oakland, these cranes are huge, but there's a very serious height restriction here for all the obvious reasons. Pilots don't like to fly around stuff coming in for a landing. This might be the 120 British Airways. No, it doesn't look big enough. It wasn't a good look that day when I hit the deck. I thought they were coming to give me a haircut. Now, if you look behind us, you'll see a beautiful view of the skyline of Austin. You will always have a view of the skyline, no matter where we are on this tour. We do a whole photo essay on the different angles of the skyline. But if you look to the left of downtown, you'll see 3.5 tall buildings. The tallest one with all the glass panels. This is the building formerly known, I love saying that, the building formerly known as the Hancock Tower. Now I say formerly known because the naming rights dictated that Hancock had to actually occupy the building. They moved out about 6 years ago, so the building has been renamed something nobody in Boston will ever call it, let alone if they even know it, but it's been renamed 200 Clarendon Street. It can't get much more obvious than that, folks. No one will ever call it that. It will forever be known as the Hancock Tower. Now, a quick funny story about the Hancock Tower, speaking of the wind and different directions. When it was under construction in the early 1970s, on a windy day, the glass panels up on the top floors would literally pop off the building and plummet to the sidewalk below, which was really cool unless you're a pedestrian. Nobody got hurt, so that's the good news. They had to board up the building. It became known as the Plywood Tower. It was very embarrassing for Hancock, so they sued the window company. Now the lawsuit was quietly settled out of court when they realized that the window company was insured by Hancock. It's one of my favorite true stories, and I didn't have to make it up.